Welcome to the weekly Bodkins Sports Wrap-Up.
Welcome back. Holy shit. It was a crazy week. So welcome back to the Bodkins Weekly Sports Wrap-Up. I mean, wow. I don't even know where to fucking get started. So let's start. Last Sunday, the GOAT, Tom Brady, says, hey, I hung out with my family, I hung out with my wife, hung out with my kids, realized this stay-at-home dad shit ain't fucking for me. I'd rather be playing fucking football. Boom! Tom Brady's back on the Bucs, announces he's coming back. Brady said, looked around and said, yo, what? Y'all ain't eating avocado ice cream? Yelling at his kids. They ain't listening. They just sitting around playing video games. And they were like, fuck you, Dad. And he said, no, fuck you. I'm going to play football. So Tom Brady back, decides not to spend time with his family. Wife probably okayed it. Was like, Tom, you need to get a hobby. He's like, I need to get a hobby. So away he went and is now back with the Bucs. So that was the first big news. Looks like a couple of rundown. We're just going to end into the quarterback news first. So that was Sunday. Then, what was it? Tuesday, Aaron Rodgers' deal finally gets made. 4 years, 5 years, $150 million or some shit like that. So that was a big move. Rodgers is staying. We get to today. Let's talk about the Deshaun Watson. So Deshaun Watson, after last week, found out last week or a couple weeks ago, they found out, hey, this motherfucker ain't guilty of, asking some girls for rub and tugs. At least that's what the grand jury said, and found not guilty. That not enough to charge. Now he's got like 22 civil cases, so we'll see what goes from there. Deshaun likes a good rub and tug. He decided, so he was met with the Falcons. He met with the Brownies, who else? The Panthers, or the Saints, and they each kind of dwindled. It was then it looked like the Browns were out of the race. They said, no Brownies. He said no to the Browns. It looked like the Browns were out. And they had pissed off Baker. Baker said, hey, I'm out of here. They're like, no, we ain't fucking trading you. And then 24 hours later, they trade for Deshaun Watson. Now, looks like Baker's going to have to be traded. So, very interesting move because Deshaun Watson is going to Cleveland. All reports is that he liked Cleveland better. Cleveland the most is football situation. 3 firsts. And it's like a second and a third going back to Houston for Deshaun Watson. So huge deal there. Deshaun got a new contract, new fat contract. Gonna get paid a lot of money to offer a lot of people money for them rub and tugs in Cleveland. So if you know a good rub and tug place in Cleveland, you might want to hit up Deshaun Watson. In other news, let's see how else here we got. This is just what I had earlier this week. Oh, yeah. The Steelers signed Mitch Trubisky to be their starting quarterback for 2 years. Probably the Steelers. We'll find out if it was Mitch's fault in Chicago or if it was Matt Nagy's fault. I think somewhere is a little bit of both. But I like that situation for the Steelers. I like that situation for the Steelers and Mitch. I think Mitch is going to be all right. Turns the ball over a little bit, but hand the fucking ball off to Najee. Give the ball to Deontay Harris and Chase Claypool. I think he'll be okay there. We'll see what happens going forward. A couple other big deals. James Conner decides he's going to stay in Arizona. With Conner staying, it looks like Chase Edmonds is going to the Fins. Christian Kirk, the Jags. Holy shit. The Jags fucking went out and spent big money. Christian Kirk fucking got a huge deal by them, which actually made him like the 3rd highest paid receiver. We'll get into receivers here in just a little bit. I know, J.C. Jackson going to the Chargers. Holy shit, we talked about it last week with the Chargers, man, adding some pieces. Now they got Khalil Mack, J.C. Jackson, and plus that offense to go along with Herbert. That team's going to be a little in trouble with pretty freaking good. We haven't even talked about the fucking Raiders and the moves they made yet. We'll get there in just 1 second. But the Chargers made some moves. We talked, Denver's made some moves. Then the Chiefs today, they finally made a move. They added your boy Juju Smith-Schuster, Mr. TikTok himself. Him and Jackson Mahomes going to be doing TikTok battles while Patrick Mahomes is running for his life trying to throw somebody, and there's Juju and Jackson on the sidelines doing TikTok battles because that's more important than playing football, folks. Now, let's get into it. I'm a big fucking Packers fan. A lot of y'all who follow me know that. Holy fucking shit. The goddamn Raiders. First, they go and get Chandler Jones. They do trade Ngakoue to the Colts. So then they get Chandler Jones, and they signed Max Crosby earlier this week, too, to a fat fucking deal. He's getting the bank. He got secured the bag. Then they said, oh, we got more money to secure the bag. You want to know who we're going to secure the bag for? Devontae fucking Adams, the best receiver in the fucking league. Are you fucking kidding me? I couldn't fucking believe it yesterday. I fucking taking my kids to soccer practice, sit down, open up the old Twitter feed. I thought it was a goddamn darn Schefter. I thought it was a fucking fake account. Said Adam Schefter on there. Said Devontae Adams, Packers trade Devontae Adams to the fucking Raiders. I said, it can't be fucking true. I had to scroll down some more. Scroll. Sure enough, Devontae Adams traded to the fucking Raiders. I couldn't fucking believe it. I was so pissed off. But after I calmed the fuck down and I said, hey, what the fuck just fucking happened? Turns out, Aaron knew that Devontae wanted to be traded. So, because everybody's like, oh, Aaron's going to want to go. He shouldn't have fucking signed that deal. Aaron allegedly knew that Devontae was probably not coming back as a Packer. Signed his deal, cap-friendly deal, Aaron did. Knowing they made a run at Devontae. The Packers actually said, hey, Day, you don't have to fucking go. You could still catch balls by one of the greatest throwers of all fucking time, and Aaron Rodgers will pay you the exact same, if not more money than what the Raiders are willing to pay. Devontae said, nah, motherfuckers, y'all waited too long to give me a deal, sign me to this fucking bullshit franchise tag. I'm out. Deuces. Wanted to be traded, wanted to go to the Raiders, said it's his lifelong dream to be a Raider, and now he's catching balls with his former college roommate and college friend, Derek Carr. So, hey, best of luck to you. The Packers got a first round and a second round pick in the Devontae trade. That's smart business. That's football business. Now, who the fuck are they going to go get? I don't know. They're going to probably have me out there catching passes. And I can't run a 4.4. I'll probably run about, a 4.30. I'm not running out there fast routes. There's some decent wide receivers out there in the draft. This draft is allegedly loaded with wide receivers. Allegedly, there's a couple of veterans I wouldn't mind seeing the Packers get. Jarvis Landry out there. A couple other people as well. But holy shit. That was a fuck. Just thinking about it, Hey, best of luck to Devontae. Hey, enjoy your money, enjoy your time with the Raiders. But I hope the Packers fucking win it all, and you don't get that fucking ring. You know what I mean? Hey, best of luck to you though. You may not even make the playoffs in the AFC West next year, as everybody's retooled and reloaded there. So we'll see what happens. But that was pretty much all the football news. There's some wheeling and dealings, a couple guys going here and there. Nothing too big of names yet. There's still some big other names out there that yet to be signed. We'll see where they go. In baseball news, it looks like Freddie Freeman's headed to the Dodgers. Once the Braves made the trade for Matt Olson was the former first baseman of the Oakland A's, traded to the Braves. Braves trade for Olson, which means Freddie Freeman's time is done. He was already kind of looks like LA is the deal. Looks like a multi-year $1 million, Surprising Chris Bryant, in other news, baseball news, Chris Bryant to the Rockies, 7-year deal. He's getting paid a shit ton of money. It's not surprising that he's getting paid a shit ton of money because everybody expected that. But it's surprising he went to the Rockies. But the Rockies always do dumb shit. Like, they sign one fucking guy to a huge fucking deal, and then that's the only thing they have. Ask Carlos Gonzalez how that worked out. Ask Nolan Arenado how that worked out. And in 3 years, they'll want to trade Chris Bryant from that fucking deal because he's going to want out because they suck. That's it. They ain't going to be very good. And he'll get tired. He'll put up a bunch of fucking numbers, but they ain't going to be very good. So, sometimes I always wonder what's important to people. Like, is winning important? Is money important? I feel like, if it's only a couple million, I feel like winning's more important. If we're counting, like, what's the difference between $3 million and $4 million, or, 4.5 million or 6 million, and even $3.5 million, maybe. You know what I mean? Now, if it's like 10 million per, like, that's a lot of fucking money to be separated. But hey, KB getting money. Anthony Rizzo staying with the Yankees, which is kind of, the Cubs had offered him a good amount of money last spring. He turned that down, and he'll never see that money again. But looked like the Yankees got him nice little bag for Rizzo. Still the big fish out in the market in the baseball is Carlos Correa, still looking for a deal. I mean, they're talking 200+ million for Carlos Correa, whether it's reports the Red Sox in it, the Cubs are in it, Astros have come around. So there's a couple big names. Trevor Story's still out there, free agent market. Baseball, the market still, it's slow, it's in the stove. What's the word I'm looking for? Hot box. The hot box. The oven stove, whatever the fuck you want. You know what the fuck I'm saying. Fuck it. Anyway, hot stove. That's the word I'm looking for. The hot stove is fucking still, it hasn't blew the roof off. Korea's still the fucking name, but a couple names getting signed this past week. NBA news, man. There was only one thing I really want to talk about, the fucking NBA, and then we're going to get into some college basketball real quick. Holy shit. So, New York, we talked about it last week with Kyrie and this fucking, he can't fucking play. But guess what? This motherfucker is at the goddamn game. Just sitting sidelines. So, you're telling me the guy can go to a game unvaccinated, sit sidelines, no mask, but he can't fucking play? That makes no sense. I don't care what side of the fence you're on, whether you're mask side, vaccinated side, unvaccinated side. You can't tell me that makes perfect fucking sense. You can't tell me that man can enter the building, sit right next to everybody, breathe the same fucking air in an enclosed fucking stadium, and not play basketball. It makes no sense. Logic. No logic, right? Hey, if you said, hey, guy can't play because he's unvaccinated, and then he should not be able to enter the stadium unvaccinated. Pick fucking side. I mean, that is the dumbest shit I ever fucking heard. It's wild. Anyway, that's pretty much all the big news in fucking the NBA season's kind of in that no man's land where you kind of almost forget about it because now college basketball's going and everything else. So, hey. So, in the UFC, London card's huge card this weekend. Huge card. Tom Aspinall, I promise you, is going to be the future one. Mark my words. Tom Aspinall will be the future UFC heavyweight champion. He's got a big step in Volkov in the main event. Arnold Allen and Dan Hooker in the co-main tomorrow. Going to be huge. I like Volkov, and I like the Hangman, Dan Hooker. Arnold Allen's tough son of a bitch, but Hangman dropping back down to featherweight, it's going to be a good one. I think that's where he's going to be at 140. It's going to be a good fight for him. Arnold Allen trying to take a step up. He's going to be right there. But that card's loaded with some good guys, good fights. Now let's get into the bulk of the weekend, college basketball. This section, I'm going to call it Bodkins Bets. Here's my picks. I got them right here. Just so you know, I ain't bullshitting y'all. Bracket's a little already fucking busted. So, my final four. This is my final four. We'll just give you the final four. Zaga, UCLA, Kansas, and Tennessee is my final four. I got Zaga and Tennessee in the championship game with Zaga winning it all. I've already lost in the first round so far. We got a winning record, but Kentucky losing to where are they at on this? St. Peter's yesterday. Didn't see that happening. They lost. I had them in the Sweet 16, so they're out. Still got a couple good most of my Sweet 16 still intact. Obviously, Iowa fucking losing to Richmond yesterday. That hurt. There's a USC lost today. They're in my Sweet 16. They lost a close one. They were down by 10 to Miami and came battling back. Kid missed a 3. They ended up losing by 2. Hell of a game. Let's see. Any of my other Sweet 16. Loyola, Chicago. I had them making another nice little run. I just figured they could make a run. They lost to Ohio State. They'll play Looks like they're going to play. It's going to be Ohio State and Nova in the next round, so they're out. Other than that, my Sweet 16 still intact. We'll see what happens. Arizona's getting ready to tip off, and Houston is still playing. So Sweet 16's mostly intact, still outside of a few, those couple, Kentucky, Iowa, Loyola. Elite Eight, all of them are still in it. So we're still riding, still hot. We'll see what happens. I love March Madness. It's the best time. I mean, the best basketball. Just college basketball. It's at the height. This first weekend, love the upsets. I mean, if you ain't got money on it, I love watching the underdogs and these schools you never fucking heard of and these kids you never heard of and just battling and just to see, man, it's great. It's college basketball. I mean, like St. Peter's yesterday to beat Kentucky. If they lose in the next round, hey, beating Kentucky for them kids is like winning the Super Bowl, winning the national title, you know, to make a nice run. Like, that's huge. Huge for that program, huge for those kids, man. But Kentucky, man, that was the big one, yeah, yesterday. So, like I said, most of my Sweet 16, we're still rocking. We'll update you next week when we come at you. This has been another great weekly sports wrap-up, man. I mean, how crazy is it? I mean, this is the best time of the year. We got NFL free agency just going crazy. This is one of the wildest free agencies I've ever seen. I mean, the trades, the signings of who's going here and there. Like, I think a lot of it has to do, especially with the quarterbacks. This is not a great quarterback draft class. Like, it's not like last year's where you got like 5-6 guys that are going to ready to come out and could play. There's maybe, I mean, some of these scouts I've read got zero. None of these guys are ready to start week one, and none of these guys, and according to some scouts, are capable like weekly starters. Now, there'll be at least 3 or 4 teams that reach on a quarterback because that happens every year, and then they're going to be sorry that they reached on them 2 years down the road. But because like they're not signing these kids, if you remember like Sam Bradford a couple years ago, like they're not signing these kids to like 10-year deals with mad money because there's a cap on them. So it's easier to move on quicker, and it doesn't take you so long to recover after your draft pick bust like it used to. But I mean, we got free agency, March Madness, hot stove heating up in baseball, plus spring training just kicked off yesterday. I mean, this has been a great week, and springtime is one of the best times. Fall, spring, I love it. Like both of them, because like fall is like football season's ending or starting, baseball season's ending. I mean, you got all basketball season getting ready to kick off, so it's a lot of fun. And now springtime, it's like the same. It's like reverse. Like you got the hot stove, you got spring training, you got free agency, basketball's wrapping up, March Madness. I mean, I ain't got time for much else. So, all right. Well, this has been another great weekly sports Bodkins weekly wrap up. Hey, we'll check you guys next week. Hey, make sure you click, like, subscribe, share. Hey, let's get this thing rolling. It's been fun. It's been real, but it hasn't been real fun.